Hello. How's it going, Youngstown? It's all right. Thank you for having me back. I have to say, coming back to Youngstown has already reminded me of why I committed to come to YSU in the first place. I'll never forget my official visit. It sounds very similar to Jordan's, where I came here with my dad, and I wanted to go here. I wanted to go here before I even left, and I was telling my dad in the airport, I'm like, Dad, I gotta go here. I want to go here. And he's like, oh, slow it down. Let's weigh the pros and the cons. Talk to your mother. And I was like, okay, yeah, we'll do that. So fast forward, and just last night, my family was welcomed in the warmest way by the community, the alumni, the staff at MVR. I got to meet some of the alum last night, and it totally brought me back into like, yeah, this is Youngstown. Like, it's so familiar to me. It's so great to be back, so thank you guys. With that, it really was the culture that did it for me here. That's why I wanted to come to YSU, and being back last night, it just affirmed all of that for me. So obviously I made the right decision and became a Penguin. This community truly is one of a kind. It's so special to me. So again, thank you for having me back. I can't say it enough. I'm so honored, and thank you for having me. I'm so humbled to be inducted into the Hall of Fame with the rest of the crew here. Recognize a lot of names, don't know people very personally, except for, of course, Jordan. But I think Jermaine, it's so special to be back here with you as well. So Jermaine and I were the 2012 YSU Female and Male Athletes of the Year. And so it's full circle to come back. So way to go, Jermaine. And, of course, Jordan, too. It's so serendipitous to be here. So thank you, guys. Of course, I have to thank coaches who've made it possible for me to be here along the way. Including Rob and Katrina Harp, Mr. Johnson, Aaron Taggart. Thank you to SoCal Pumas, Mark Yamauchi, and Gary Kyohoho for making the recruiting process happen for me. And although I never played for her, I really would like to thank Coach Cameron for recruiting me and making it happen for me to come to YSU, so thank you. And of course, thank you to Coach Campbell. Thank you to Coach Tiff. I think Jordan said it pretty well in terms of what Coach Tiff meant to us here, but there aren't enough words to describe like her impact on us as females and as athletes and as an alumni of the school, and really, setting the bar for what softball could be here in Youngstown. Like, to have her as a coach is so special, and I think something that you really can't put a value on in terms of what that did for us as athletes to just get better and make YSU softball better. I'd like to thank Gary Williams for welcoming me and my dad and continuing to help throughout my career while I was here at YSU. Big thank you to Jenna Lesko for always patching me up and giving me like 1,000 ice bags and making sure I was always ready to go to compete. I want to thank Dr. Lattès and Dr. Matanen and the academic advisors who ensured I remained eligible for competition and on track to graduate, and did graduate with a bachelor's degree, so thank you guys. And one individual who I think deserves extra highlight here today, she's going to absolutely hate it, but it has to be Jordo. So obviously we competed together, but what you all don't know is that Jordan and I were also classmates, and we were also roommates throughout college. And so every part of my journey had Jordan in it. We also have Christina Rendell here as well. You probably heard Jordan around campus yelling, Randy Johnson, and that's Christina here. We also have Christina Davidson in the back, and all very special people, but really Jordan was one of a kind. I think made my experience here at YSU one of the best. We battled highs and lows together, and I think Jordan really set the standard for what it meant to be a Penguin. She brought great influence to our team when we really needed it. Like she said, we were pretty bad, but we got better. We got better, and Jordan really was a leader on and off the field. So besides her impressive statistics, while competing, Jordan also was a fantastic example of what it meant to be a student athlete, always on top of academics. And, me having the same major as Jordan and being in the same classes, I was always like, yeah, what's Jordan up to? We have assignments due? Cool. Like, all right. So she, maybe you got 2 degrees. I don't know. But Jordan really set the standard and the expectations for everybody, and really led by example. So like I said, I have very few memories here at YSU, which don't include you and also don't include Randy either. And so to have you guys here today is just so special. And It's I know everyone else is like, oh yeah, whatever, but it's like, no, these people truly helped shape me into an adult and made this experience totally worth it. So to be inducted into the Hall of Fame together, I think is just the best. And I'd be curious, Jamie, if you could pull the stats to see, like, hey, if I scored a run, was that Jordan's RBI? If I had a stolen base, was that because of Christina up at bat? Because it really was all of us that had to make it happen together. So awesome. But Bob, Kelly, Brad, Kyle, and Elizabeth, I'm sure you're already incredibly proud of Jordan, but I think you need to add another reason onto the list because Jordan really held all of us to a higher standard and positively influenced all of our experiences at YSU on and off the field. So Jordan, congratulations, and the recognition is so well deserved, so congrats. And finally, we have to talk about my folks, my parents. If any of you have already spoken with them, you'll probably hear them say, like, Haley did this all on her own. And I have to warn you, they're full of it. Don't believe them, not even for a second. I'm so blessed to have a supportive family and one who let me make the decision to come to YSU. So again, sounds very similar in our experiences here, but really made that my decision. And I think the greatest gift you guys could have ever given me was to sign me up to play sports. It's what I always wanted to do. And you've been with me every step of the way. They saw YSU with me first. They got the first call when my collegiate game was played in the snow first. Southern California, that was not so good, but we did it. You guys got the call first when I had to tell you the hard news, and you've been the first to know about my accomplishments. So it's only fitting that when Jamie Hall DM'd me, Gina, that the first people I called were my parents. I don't even think I hung up the phone with Jamie and I was already calling my dad. And my parents have been immeasurably influential to me, insanely generous, and ensured I continued to play for as long as I wanted to play. My parents instilled values of hard work and a can-do attitude with me growing up. Still and very often, you'll hear my dad saying, you can do it and you can do anything you set your mind to. So Dad, I'm so glad you listened to me when I said I wanted to go to YSU after my official visit. And Mom, you asked me through tears when moving into the dorms my freshman year if I was ready to do this. And I have an update for you guys. I worked as hard as I could for as long as I could, and I did it. And thank you. I wouldn't be up here without you guys, so thank you. So congratulations to the inductees. Thank you, Youngstown, and Flippies up.